I used to treat my life like a waiting room. I genuinely assumed that one day I'd just wake up as a version of myself that didn't find boring things difficult at all. I thought that I was waiting for my calling. Looking back, the answer was so simple. But I wasn't lazy, I was just incredibly committed to doing things later. I protected my potential like it was a sacred object. I wouldn't touch a project unless I felt a spark because I was terrified if I did average work, I'd be an average person. I wasn't waiting for passion. I was just a grown man who was too embarrassed to be a beginner. I had this idea that my life was a high-end museum, too special to be seen doing anything that wasn't a masterpiece. So I sat still. For years, I told myself it was integrity. It took me years to realize this wasn't a motivation problem. I told people I was selective. It sounds better than scared. I kept thinking the answer was clarity, which really meant permission. Then I'd move. I treated my ego like a glass sculpture. If I asked for help, I thought I was breaking the mask, and if I admitted that I was failing, I thought that that mask was gone. I'd stay in the research phase for years, hiding behind standards, while absolutely fucking off. I'd look at people who were actually producing. Oh, it's just daddy's money. Their thumbnails were ugly, their strategy was basic, and I'd find reasons why their work was below me. But they were moving, and I was standing in a rain-slicked alleyway. Thinking I was too good for the dirt, that was the first lie. The second lie, it was much more dangerous, but I didn't have the language for it yet. I just knew I was invisible, and I was safe. I used to be that guy who would avoid the grunt work, the simple thumbnails, the daily uploads, the repetitive tasks. I thought it was beneath the brand that I wanted to build. I'd tell myself that I'd start once the quality matched the vision that I had. But the physical flinch in my chest was so real that it was a mix of superiority and pure terror. I didn't want the proof that I was still in the shitty first draft phase of my life. I didn't want to be seen as just another guy, fully visible to the public, fucking it all up. I'd rather be a mysterious failure than a visible novice. I was protecting an image no one had asked for. I was a slave to the what if gene. What if I'm not that talented? What if I'm just average? What if I'm a complete knob? Those questions kept me in bed. They kept me preparing. They kept me exactly where I was. Pride'll fuck you up. Fast forward a couple years, and you'll find me reading about Dan Meredith being knee-deep in stripper shit just so he can pay his bills. It didn't inspire me, it embarrassed me because I realized I wasn't avoiding the hard work. I was avoiding anything that made me look replaceable. That's when the whole story fell apart. And if you want to actually finish anything, stop following your dream. They're the most dangerous thing you own. Dreams are polite. They let you stay in bed. They never ask you to bleed. My ego was a massive tool. The fix wasn't dreaming bigger, it was becoming shameless. The mechanical refusal to protect my image. It's just doing the thankless jobs, the grunt work, the boring shit no one claps for. People don't fail because they're untalented. They fail because they won't eat shit long enough. I didn't wake up one day and suddenly love the boring stuff. I just stopped pretending future me was gonna be more capable than the idiot I was at 8 a.m. Shamelessness is rude. It makes you look like a complete fucking plum until the job is actually finished. Apparently, that's how I'm doing this. TonaruK, out.